The League of Extraordinary Frontmen, a podcast where 4 lead vocalists from 4 different Connecticut metal bands try to cram their egos into one room to talk about comic books, Star Wars, sci-fi, and anything else that comes up.
I'm waiting to be impressed.
So grab your underoos, strap in, and set your phasers to stun, because it's time for the League of Extraordinary Frontmen on the Metal Syndicate Podcast Network.
Welcome to League of Extraordinary Frontmen, episode 87, Kevin James Frear, a new douche. Podcast was recorded on Sunday, September 3rd, 2017. We are your hosts.
Agrippa from Agrippa 93.
I've been prepared for this.
Oh, it's going to be a long couple weeks for you. Scotty Anarchy, a.k.a. Jeanne's husband from Crossing Rubicon, and Jedi.
Star Wars Jeopardy champion, Kevin James Frear, Esquire. LTD, Incorporated, LLC.
Also, trademark.
Also the name is
Mother of Dragons.
8 episodes.
Just AJ Pelletier.
Just AJ, my new one-man show. Jeanne Crossing Rubicon, Agrippa 93.
And Luke Harrison Frear.
On the monitor.
Michelle from S.P.A.C.E. is here.
And
Silent Rachel is here.
Silent Rachel's here.
Oh, breaking her silence.
Silent Rachel.
Alright, what do we have on the show this week? We do have no guests, so no guest host interrogation. We do have a host question. I'm bluffing on that one. Do we have a host?
Yes, there's
Okay.
always one. That's a good one, too. I've been thinking about it ever since I read it.
Good.
Damn right it is.
I didn't see it in there.
We have our odd comic, our nerd news. Do we have Who News? We have no Who News. We do have new toys, show and tell, and of course the most important part of the show, shameless plugs. Why don't we go right into our host question? What do we have? Who came up with this one?
Me.
Kevin James Frear seems to be the star of the show today.
Like I said, the more you mention me, the more powerful I become.
Like Voldemort.
Yeah. Ready?
You're going to become very powerful. You make you famous.
Okay, here
That was
we go.
question.
Which movie franchises should stop with the sequels and reboots because it's enough already?
I was actually thinking about this question too. I didn't realize you put it in the
Fast and Furious.
Like what franchises should just die already?
I get it. When I hear
Transformers.
This question, when I hear this question, I think the first thing I think of is like, is that because we personally don't like it, or they're just kind of crapping it out?
Yes.
I mean,
Is there a difference?
well, yeah, sometimes there's stuff that we all personally like that other people don't necessarily like.
Okay.
I mean, there are people out there that voted for Trump.
True.
You know,
That's fair.
so
There's like a Home Alone 8.
Ooh,
Yeah.
political.
Is there a Home Alone?
Really? No, I don't think
I'm
it's that bad.
gonna throw one out there just because it just disgusted me from 2 on. I'm gonna say The Crow.
Huh.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, the fact that they keep trying with that.
It's like in
Really
every one of
fucking
them was
annoying.
just.
You're not gonna like the news then.
The first movie I think was perfect.
Yeah.
We should have stopped there.
They should have stopped. They should have, yeah.
Sorry, listening audience.
Like, there's stuff that I don't like.
Don't worry, no one's knows.
There's stuff that I don't like that people are into, and I can't criticize them for it. Like, it doesn't make my life any worse that the Twilight movies were made. Like, it does. Like, I can.
Well, that had a
But
beginning
think
and
of,
end.
But think of all the movies that weren't made because Twilight was made.
We still haven't seen a live-action Mask movie, yes. I would say the Transformers thing. I mean, it's so polarizing amongst the fan base. There are some people that are obsessed with it. I have a very good friend of mine who is in the Connecticut metal scene and is obsessed with the movie line Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing he cares about. And I'm like, wow. I mean, I kind of like all Transformers, and there's a lot of people that hate the movie line, but this person got into the Transformers and collects the Transformers because of the movies. That's all he's into.
Yeah.
So there are people out there that like it. I mean, one person's art is another person's trash, you know? And who are we to judge what's right and wrong? I mean,
Can we all agree that Fast and Furious is
Yes.
a shitty
Please
Series?
stop with those movies.
but there are still people that are going to see it.
No, but can we all at this table agree?
Movies that we just saw, hun, when
Ooh,
We went to the movies last time. We were like, they made a
like the
second
ride.
one
Oh,
of that.
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. They're on fucking Pitch Perfect 3.
They're getting too old where they're not going to be pitch perfect anymore.
They should have never made a Pitch Perfect 1.
Yeah, I
That
agree.
Rebel Wilson pisses me off.
Land Before Time 14.
Oh. I'm still getting over the
can't-
first one.
all right.
Stuff.
I think
Let's
Species
dig a
is
little
still going
deeper
on
here.
Sci-Fi.
What's that?
I think Species is still happening on Sci-Fi.
Is it?
Oh, they're on their 7th Sharknado.
I do like the
that's
They
Sharknado
gotta keep
sounds.
those up.
And they are
Let's
hilarious.
dig a little deeper and get a little bit more personal.
Star Wars?
No.
Wrong.
Watch your mouth.
I was wondering who was going to say that.
Do we need another Toy Story?
Yes, we do.
We
Definitely
do need another Toy Story?
Yes, we do because
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is God.
Fantastic Four.
We don't need another Fantastic Four.
Well, can somebody do it right? Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like Marvel?
I'm not ashamed to say it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Marvel movies. I think that somebody come out and do a good one.
Right in front of the microphone.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with the Fantastic Four is no one's done it right, and it just seems like it's such a no-brainer.
When they first announced that they were doing Fantastic, the very first movie, I was kind of like, this movie's just not going to translate good in a live-action movie. Now, we've come a long way with CGI technology and stuff that makes it a little bit more possible. I just always felt that, and I read Fantastic Four when I was younger, I always kind of felt that it was always very cartoony, like the characters in it, and I just didn't see it translate well. You know, I don't know. I mean,
You think everything from Marvel is cartoony?
I love X-Men. I love the X-Men movies.
Can we stop with Friday the 13th?
No.
Can we stop with Nightmare on Elm Street? Can we cut those off?
There hasn't been any new ones since Freddy vs. Jason.
I want to see.
No, there was a
the
remake
remake,
of Jason.
And there's 2 remakes of Jason and 1 remake of Freddy since then.
Yeah, but since then, no.
Yeah.
There hasn't been anything.
Did anybody see the latest Alien movie?
It was
Not
terrible
yet.
I
from
keep
what I heard.
meaning to.
Yeah, I haven't seen it
I've
yet.
heard good and bad.
Yeah.
About Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes
Oh,
is good.
please.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rachel and I saw all 3 of them, and we liked all 3 of them.
I haven't seen the newest one. I did
Oh, it's
like
great.
the first. I like the first 2 very, very much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, it tied together the beginning of the story.
yeah, it was really good.
I like what they've done. And I had no interest in Planet of the Apes. I was actually forced against my will by my beautiful wife to watch it. I actually like these
I
movies.
wanted to see the new Planet of the Apes, actually, and I've never been intrigued by any other Planet of the Apes because it kind of frightens me. But,
The addition
I
of
wanted
James
to
It was
see
Franco was a
one.
big
it was
deal.
different than what we expected it to be, but it was still
Yeah.
good.
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, it was
but I
definitely
wanna see
better
it.
than the Marky Mark.
Just watch
Planet
the
of
very,
the
very
Apes.
first one,
Oh, I've
and
seen
then
that.
this one.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen the very, very first one.
So, something with Helena Bonham Carter done by Tim Burton wasn't really liked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Talk
Yeah,
about
the
going
range.
well. How about this? Could Tim Burton just stop using Helena Bonham Carter in every movie he ever
he
makes?
does.
I know.
I think they're divorced.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
divorced.
I don't
now.
think he's legally entitled to now.
It broke my heart.
But what other series are going on right now that we don't need?
Huh. I can
Yeah,
tell
I
you a
know
bunch
there's
that
a
need
bunch.
to happen, but ones that don't need to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like to think about the more that need to happen.
Hmm.
There's some that
I think if Justice League tanks, that's going to be one on the list.
Yeah, after Wonder Woman though, I kind of am curious to see what they're gonna come up with next.
I just don't get what's going on with Warner Brothers with everything that they want to crank out right now for movies. Like,
Well, what's her name just got picked up for being like kind of the creative brain behind it. Was it Patty Jenkins? So she's now kind of becoming the new. I mean, which is like, could we please have somebody with some brains behind it? And now we got her. So I'm very curious to see what they do next.
Do you think if the latest Justice League fails, do you think they're going to continue and keep trying?
oh yeah, of course, because Batman and Wonder Woman are now their moneymakers.
You're right.
So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
the Batman movie's not going to be halted because of it. Neither will the sequel to Wonder Woman, but everything else might be.
They know they got 2 safety nets, and the funny thing about the Wonder Woman thing is that was the movie that they thought was going to be a disaster.
I was gonna say Jeannie's
So-
right there with that cheese.
So, I think they might try to go a little bit more smaller, more safe. I mean, Wonder Woman was not anywhere near the kind of budget that Batman vs Superman was, and look what it came back with. These movies are also still making money. Which
What about X-Men? Has it run its course?
No, not at all. I love those
Yeah?
movies.
I think.
Keep it coming.
Yeah, I
From
think.
what I'm hearing, they're doing with the Dark Phoenix. I don't think it's gonna work though.
Yeah, they're kind of starting to go into a bad direction.
Will
Possibly.
I mean, are they going to have Wolverine? Because
Nope.
he's done.
Yeah, he's all done.
And that's a
Eventually
role
they-
that's not easy to replace.
Eventually they're gonna reboot it, but we're probably looking at another like 10 years.
I could watch Hugh Jackman do it till he's 90.
I was gonna say with no Hugh Jackman, it's not Wolverine.
They know
Yeah.
their guaranteed money right now is gonna be Deadpool 2.
And this is
Right.
another thing too. You're just kicking off Deadpool with the success of Deadpool, and kind of doing the whole X-Force, X-Men kind of.
He's kind of the saving grace for it right now. Like he's the one that's gonna introduce all that stuff.
Yeah, so I think that watching, I mean, that being an extension of X-Men, I think is something I'm actually really excited about. And also, like I said, the last 3 X-Men movies. I mean, Apocalypse was with me.
Oh, I liked Apocalypse.
Days of Future Past I thought was brilliant. First Class was brilliant. I mean, those movies are probably some of the better comic books movies I've ever seen. So I
got
kind of
some
like
cheese
now
in my drink.
it's like you're finally getting it right. Keep it coming, And then Logan, Logan and the last Wolverine movie I thought were both excellent.
Logan's good, yeah.
But like I just keep them coming. I like it. There's what kind of hurt is it going to do if they did? I think they're keeping me interested.
I think if a movie goes straight to on demand, it's time to hang it up.
That's tricky now because in
Straight to DVD.
2017
Yeah.
we're doing a lot of stuff where a lot of stuff's going
A
direct
lot
to
of
Netflix
stuff is going
and
right
direct
to
to this and that.
Netflix, yeah.
And it's almost like we can save so much money by doing it this way that we can keep churning stuff out. I mean, but are they
And a
making
lot of
more
people
media?
don't want to go to the movie theater anymore, myself included. If I can watch it on Netflix instead of paying, $10 for a ticket and then another $15 for popcorn and $4 for a fucking bottle of water, I'm all set.
Fucking bottle.
I'm waiting for that streaming service to come out that's just gonna close all the movie theaters.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I just saw the latest Starship Troopers movie. I love that.
Well, they had the original Rico. in it.
Yeah,
The
I
voice-
love the series. And of course, the original is a cult classic. And
Yeah.
the latest one is actually a really good movie. But I could care less if I saw another one.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes it's just that like as much as you want to see like more,
Yeah.
of something.
It's like you gotta stick a fork in it.
And actually, like to go with, like I know you're obviously kidding about Star Wars because
Oh, yeah.
no one would seriously say there's too much.
No, nobody in their right mind
But
would actually say that.
but Star Wars is kind of
I've heard that.
I could deal without a Jabba movie.
it's one of those
Yeah.
where they have to kind of play it safe, a little bit safe.
Well, here's the thing about
because you can't oversaturate it.
Here's the thing about Star Wars, though. We are gonna get some Star Wars shit movies. That's a given.
Yeah.
If they're making 20 movies in the next 20 years or whatever, there's gonna be some shit Star Wars movies in there. On the other hand,
Please, but when it comes
any
to
Star Wars is good Star Wars.
when it comes to Star Wars, I want to see more. Of the
It's
anthology stuff.
better than not Star Wars.
I want to see more anthology stuff.
Yeah,
I think Rogue One. I mean,
but there's gonna be some real stinkers.
you have
Well,
Rogue
there
One.
always are.
Yeah,
You have Rogue One, which is a lower budget Star Wars movie,
right.
dealing with characters that no one's ever heard of. We didn't know what to expect. It
Right.
wasn't the Luke Skywalkers, the Kardashians of the Star Wars universe. And it was inspiring. It was dark. It was edgy. You kind of were like, it was like you gave me a new Star Wars. I
Right.
didn't get anything that I expected. I didn't see a fucking lightsaber at the end of the movie.
Right.
And
Yeah, that was
it
bullshit.
No, it was brilliant. It was like
But
you had to
it's like-
see because you didn't know how it was going to end. You
Yeah.
go to a Star Wars movie, you kind of have an idea.
But the more movies they make, the more likely there's going to be some stinkers in there. You look at Clone Wars, the cartoon series. Great fucking series. I'd watch it over and over again, and I have.
You got to get past Riker's beard.
All the seasons I've watched. I mean, seasons 1 through 6 and all that stuff. But I have to say there are some episodes I totally skip over because I don't care for them at all.
I just skipped. I mean, I got out of that show. You got me back into it.
Yeah.
You're like, you got to get past the first season, and I'm kind of like, oh.
But I'll still watch it over and over again. But there's going to be some stinkers, just like there's going to be some stinker Star Wars movies.
I'm really excited to see the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. The Han Solo one.
I'm not completely sold on that one. I mean, I'll watch it, of course, because it's Star Wars,
I'm
but
sure it'll be good, but my hype level is not really there.
I don't think it's
I
going to
think
be...
Ron Howard is a great director, but I'd have to see a trailer before I made up my mind about going to see that.
Oh, I'm gonna see it. Opening night, I'll probably buy the T-shirt. But I mean,
The toys.
The popcorn bucket in the shape of Han's head.
They're actually saying the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. They're going to actually say the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is going to kind of model itself after Old Man Logan.
I can see that. Now, has it been officially confirmed by Disney that that's actually happening?
What?
They made an announcement like last week about it.
Oh yeah.
Like from Disney.
It's kind of
Because
vague.
unless
I think, what they're saying.
unless it's coming from Disney and Lucasfilms,
It's not happening.
it's not secured. Right now, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's just hearsay.
And we have, well, another thing too.
Same with the fucking Jabba the Hutt movie, which
Spoiler
I could
alert.
care less about.
Yeah.
Same here.
Spoiler alert. Actually, no, I'd actually be kind of interested in Jabba the Hutt.
Well, it depends on how they do it, of course.
Because they call I've been reading Star Wars books, so they call Hutt's a syndicate, and I find that to be very curious.
With the C?
You could literally make a Goodfellas movie
Shameless
around
plug.
Star Wars universe with Jabba the Hutt and all his gangsters. I mean, it could be very interesting.
But to have a movie focus around Jabba the Hutt, I mean, not really an action film going on there.
I would think it would almost be. No, that's all right.
It could be like The Godfather.
No, you got
Unless we're
I'll
going to
just
get
stick
really
to
stupid
the
and
main
go back
stories and
to
some
a
of the
young
side
Jabba the
stories
Hutt.
that might pique my interest.
A
But
young
I could care
virile
less
Right.
about Jabba.
250
I could care less about Boba Fett.
young Jabba
Yeah.
the Hutt.
Well, Boba Fett was the most overrated person.
I
in
would
Star Wars
see an
universe.
Obi-Wan movie just because I would like to see that. I would see a young Yoda movie if they made that.
That would be good.
But other than that, I could care less.
Give me some
Yeah,
Lando Calrissian.
I'm excited about the
I want Lando Calrissian, man. I want to see the Lando Calrissian that we saw in Rebels TV series,
Yeah.
where the whole thing almost played out like an Ocean's 11 plot.
Yeah,
where
that
you
would be
had no
kinda cool.
idea
Yeah.
Who was the good guy, who was on whose side, and who's going to screw over who
I think
next.
they'll
Yeah.
do something like that, because why not? I
They're
mean,
probably going to do that in the Han Solo movie. So
Maybe that movie just touched so like that TV show like touched. I mean, the Empire touched just so little on what you could possibly do with a character like that.
Well, according to Disney, we're going to have a new Star Wars movie every year, forever.
forever and ever?
I need to find a way to live forever.
Yeah.
Another thing,
It pains me that I will probably never see all the Star Wars movies.
probably the most beloved.
That's what
Don't
keeps
worry.
me. You want to know what keeps me up at night?
You'll get the
That's
coffin.
what keeps me up at night.
No, you'll get the
I'll
coffin that
keep
like
the-
live streams
I
it
hope
into the
not.
coffin.
Probably
You
just-
have the technology.
I was just gonna say I'll get a hard copy and I'll just leave it at your gravesite
Oh,
whenever
okay.
something comes
Here's another
out.
thing about Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. I'm going to drop spoilers here.
Love you, buddy.
The possibility that Rey could be Obi-Wan's granddaughter and the backstory behind that. I mean, they had some stuff that tied into Clone Wars and the Rebels TV series about, what's her name, Celine, the one that was murdered by, possibly had an affair with Obi-Wan, and who could really be their daughter, and who's that, like, there was talk about Sabine possibly being like this adopted and not really knowing who her real mother was and stuff, and could that be all connected to Kenobi, and there's lots of theories, but with all these theories going on, it would be very interesting if Rey did turn out to be Obi-Wan's granddaughter.
Do you ever see the theories pan out?
No. Well, yes and no. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Well, they're saying that they're going to drop some. The surprise in Last Jedi is going to be bigger than I Am Your Father.
No shit.
That's what they're saying.
Well, if you watched it from 1 through 6, you knew all along that Vader was going to be his father. That's no surprise.
Go on.
You're a douche.
That's the second time somebody did that.
If she turns out to be the
My brother and sister
granddaughter,
did
an Obi-Wan movie would be extremely important at that point.
Not that same word, but
Yeah.
I agree.
Especially all the talk about. And there's another thing too. You watch the Dream segment
It'd be
again.
a Rey origin story.
I don't believe anything until I actually see it on film.
One of the things that's really telling about in the Dream segment of
You ask anybody else?
Force Awakens, you see the scene where Rey's being pulled by Unkar Plot, and she's like, ah!
Yeah.
You see the parents. That's the first time you hear Obi-Wan's voice.
Obi-Wan would be too old at that point to have
Grandfather.
grandfather. All right. Anyway,
Besides the
we're off.
Jedi, Yoda was 8.
yeah, we're kind of off topic.
We're off topic.
Sorry.
Go figure.
All roads lead to Star Wars. Is there anything else anybody wants to add to this subject?
Star Trek.
Okay, Star Trek. Good.
Is it done?
Is it done?
I think it's just beginning.
I'm not talking about the movies. I think maybe this new show that's coming out.
Well, it's not even out
I'm
yet.
so stoked
Yeah.
about the new.
I don't know if it's gonna be.
I think we've gone too long without having a Star Trek series.
Yeah.
'Cause
I just don't like the way they're handling it.
Yeah.
I like the TV show far more than I've liked any of the movies. The last movie was great. Don't get me wrong.
I just don't like that it's
But-
only going to be available like through exclusive,
streaming apps.
yeah, streaming
Well, I'm
apps.
glad-
Well, that's
I'm
gonna
glad
be the
that's
way
why
of the
we have
world
Amazon
soon
Black
enough.
Box.
Yeah,
Hey, you're gonna make it harder for me to watch it. I'm just gonna fucking steal it.
and that's what's going to happen. If we start into this pay thing that
Thank you.
you have to pay for a new app on your Apple TV for every fucking
We're gonna
TV
be
channel.
$60 deep in apps.
It's going to be more than
pretty
paying for
soon.
cable,
Yeah.
which is the whole point of pulling the plug on the cable.
And Disney's doing the same thing now, which I'm mildly shit about. So all of our Star Wars content.
But
is
what
on
if they come out with a Disney app or whatever,
They are.
and then they come out with a Lucasfilm app.
Oh, yeah.
So and then they come out with like
They
a
pull
Pixar
that
app.
shit.
Yeah,
So now you got 3 channels
possible.
with great material on it, and that's 3 more payments per month of like $8.99 or whatever they're going to charge you.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely doing the Star Wars channel.
Yeah.
We have to do Pixar.
But Star Trek, do you think they're continuing on with the movies, or
I really hope so.
I hope so too.
I haven't researched too much.
Because
There hasn't
it
been
is a brand new timeline and stuff, so
Yeah.
there's all sorts of possibilities of what
Yeah,
they could
But
do.
there hasn't been talk since Chekhov died.
I think I think one of the key things about one of the big mistakes with Into Darkness was that they didn't exactly go with an original story. They went with the whole Khan thing, and
with kind of
Yeah.
a different take on
Are
it?
they doing a
Well,
Khan
a
show
little-
now or a movie?
I guess
You're
that's
saying
a
it in a
real
way that I don't understand. I believe you're
But-
trying to say Khan!
Thank you.
Yeah, but the thing is though, it's like you set it up so that you could tell brand new stories that wouldn't conflict with anything that's already in canon.
Right.
But then you go and you do a retelling of Khan.
Well, the thing is, the new Star Trek movies are supposed to be like a completely different universe of it,
Happy?
different timeline.
But they're actually
Yeah.
going to mirror universe sometimes with it, which is
Yeah.
a little confusing. I will say that there were some things about Into Darkness I didn't like, and there was a lot of things that I did like. I mean, it was redoing Khan, and that battle was almost like blasphemous because that movie was so perfect to me. I mean, it was just probably my favorite Star Trek movie of all time, and now we're going to get a reboot of it. It's like,
Yeah,
But at the
that
same
was
time-
probably a bad idea.
I mean, of course, even Benedict Cumberbatch, who I'm such a Cumberbatch.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
I just learned the other day that he can't say penguins, and it tickled me.
Everything he does is adorable.
Penguin.
But like even him playing the part of Khan, it's like not for anything, but Khan's always been Middle Eastern, like some kind of like Middle Eastern type. It just doesn't seem to work, giving him the typical accent of evil. It's like as great as he is, it was just a little. I don't know, but at the same time, I want to see more Star Trek. Keep it to the boys.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the last one we just saw was probably one of the best Star Trek movies I've ever seen.
I'm super stoked for the TV series because I as much as I do enjoy the reboots of the movies and everything like that, I am a TV person.
To
rather
its
than a movie
core,
person.
Star Trek is TV.
Right,
Yes, it
and
is.
that's why I'm so stoked. And like you said, it's been too long since we've had
Yeah.
a Star Trek series, and so now we've got a Star Trek series for this newer generation that hasn't seen Star Trek on TV. Ever.
They only know it by movies.
They only know it by
If-
movies and reruns of TNG.
So it's
If they
ripe.
could only use more Beastie Boys songs. Please, more Beastie Boys.
If I had any beef with the movies, it would be that. I just think it's so oddly out of place.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
It's the Beastie Boys.
It was kind of crowbarred in there.
Yeah, I felt that way.
I don't care.
Thank you.
I don't care. It was awesome.
I don't know.
It's cheesy. I think they call this classic music. Yeah, it was awesome. Come on.
All right. Any last words?
This conversation is giving me a license to ill.
All right.
That was crow.
Well, I guess
God,
we're,
you better check your head.
Well, we jump right into some odd comic.
They should have done intergalactic planetary. It makes for perfect sense.
Why don't we jump into some odd comic?
Yes, I'm doing.
You just have to say it.
I'm sorry, am I interrupting your drawing?
You're doing fuck.
Thank you.
Do that.
Can you say you're doing fuck again?
The remix.
I really like that.
Alright, this week's odd comic looks like a Batman one. And,
Yes, it is.
Kevin, you want to describe the panels?
No.
And we want to describe the panels.
Looks like we had the demon Etrigan and Batman. And Batman looks like
He was missing an ear.
He's missing an ear. He looks like he's in a state of shock, like he was touched inappropriately.
Red flag touches everywhere.
Who's playing Etrigan? Who's playing Batman?
I don't know what Etrigan's supposed to sound like.
Who wants to be the demon?
I could be a demon.
Okay.
Michelle's the demon. Who is Batman?
Can I be Batman?
Kevin is Batman.
If you have a choice to be Batman.
I remember Etrigan
Always
speaks
speaks
in rhyme.
Yeah, he always speaks in rhyme.
Cheer up, it's over. Go your own way. Free.
You're serious? But why?
Because there's something deep inside you, man. And it's very much like me.
That was a good Etrigan. Very good Etrigan.
Now, what is it that's deep inside Batman?
I don't know if he's kissing him while he does
It's
that.
very much like him.
It's got to be his one-eyed monster.
It's got to be. Alright, why don't we take a break and come back with some nerd news.
Here's AJ with the news.
Oh, he's so adorable.
Enthusiasm is high tonight as we bring you nerd news.
Well, Kevin's got news too, so
Yeah, I got news.
Bring it on.
All
you
right.
can do my intro
You
after.
didn't do that.
No, it's pre-recorded.
Yeah, we have a transition.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
We have a script.
I'm barely
We
here.
should just
Do
officially
you
change
even
it
listen to the show?
Here's
Okay,
AJ
so-
and
I don't listen
Kevin
to
with the news.
I listened to the show and it's a complete clusterfuck.
I do. That's
You're like,
really
is this
when
gonna
I
be
listen
really
to it. I
bad?
put it on while I'm in the shower, and I listen to it there.
If we get through the night, we're all laughing and having a great time. I'm like, the show's gonna be just fine. If we get through a night where it's just like, that just felt weird. That's when I listen to the next day.
See, a lot of it, I just go, well, I'd rather just remember the good times.
I hate the sound of my own voice on recording. I always think that I sound like this obnoxious know-it-all bitch,
And yet, here you are.
and yet here I am. And when I listen
Listeners,
to
if you agree, please email.
yeah, please email the lead extraordinaryfrontman@gmail.com. That Michelle, she's gotta go.
Subject.
Subject: get rid of that fucking know-it-all
By the way,
bitch.
Bitch needs to go back to space.
So,
Yeah.
so we're recording, right?
That, by the way, this is not.
You came up with that a little too quick.
Yeah, right? Wow. This
Damn.
Is not, by the way,
I used her word and then her intro.
By the way, this is
That wasn't that hard.
my
Yeah,
last show.
but when you say it, Jeanne, it hurts.
this is not an open invitation for people to throw their opinions of who else should be kicked off the show, because I know I'd probably be on the top 3 easily.
Hey, how about that news?
Okay. So, the new Stephen King movie.
The nude Stephen King movie.
The
I
new.
really don't want to see Stephen King nude, really.
I'm curious.
What does Cujo look like these days?
Is that what he calls it? You think he calls it Cujo?
You really are a douche.
Why wouldn't you call it
Why
that?
wouldn't you call it Cujo?
Exactly. So, the new Stephen King movie,
Tabitha calls it Carrie.
1922, that features Mike Patton
Whoa!
doing the soundtrack.
Nice!
Has had a release date announced by Netflix.
I'm all in.
Yeah, exactly. 1922 will be released by Netflix on the 20th of October in 2017.
What? That's like next week.
Well,
It's next month.
Couple
yeah.
weeks.
yeah.
Good try,
Jumping the
Scott.
gun there.
Good stuff.
Counting.
1922 is based on the Stephen King novella of the same name. The story is set in 1922 and is about a husband convincing his son to help kill his wife and the aftermath of her death.
Should be good.
So, according to Mike Patton, it's more haunting and Hitchcocky.
I like Hitchcockies.
Hitchcocky than you
Hitchcocky.
think.
Coincidentally, that's what Kevin calls his.
I call
Alright,
it
that's
Hitch.
Hitch for short.
I call mine Benedict Cumberbatch.
Sad thing is true.
Benedict, get it?
So the reason why that caught my attention was because of the Mike Patton
Yeah.
soundtrack, obviously.
Nice.
But
That should be amazing.
It's like, wait a minute.
Who
There's a
appears in our intro song?
yeah.
Yes.
shameless plug right there for Mike Patton.
You said I have nothing good to say.
We're gonna be like, listen. We're gonna be like, listen. Just be like, we'd be like, wait a minute. There's a Stephen King movie behind this.
Yeah, who cares about watching? I'll just listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah. But since it's got like a Hitchcock kind of vibe, I'm interested to hear what
Yeah,
he's gonna
should
do
be
with
good.
it.
Yeah.
I wonder if if it's gonna be actual songs or if he's gonna do like sound effects and
Either way, it's gonna be gold.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
If he does, like,
he did a
yeah,
lot of
exactly.
voices for that Left 4 Dead video game.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
If he
fun
does
to-
entirely just vocalization for the whole thing, it's gonna be fantastic.
He's done a couple of movie soundtracks now.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's getting old.
he did Crank 2 and something between the peaks or whatever. I don't know. I forgot what the fuck. It was some Ryan Gosling movie.
Between
but
the Pines. or
yeah,
something.
yeah. That one was really cool. It was kind of like a Hitchcock kind of deal.
Nice.
So
Is it Hitchcocky then?
It was Hitchcocky.
well, yeah.
Don't get too cocky.
So
kid.
here's AJ with the real news.
Let's skip this first one.
Yours is the fake news.
Yeah,
Fake news.
this is the fake news. Now here's AJ with the real news. Okay, go.
The Crow Reborn reportedly lands at Sony. Fans of The Crow have been talking about a potential reboot of the
Jesus,
franchise
how
for a
dare you
number of
bring this
years.
into this?
No, we haven't.
And it looks like the dream is now one step closer. Trust me, I don't want to see this.
Dream? This is more like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The next movie of The Crow is coming home to Sony.
Cooming.
Sony.
It's cooming. I'm
Cooming.
cooming.
Any idea of like who's gonna be doing?
Jason Momoa is
Mama.
Oh, Jason Momoa.
Mama.
Anybody know who the fuck that is?
Who cares?
I don't know
It's
who the fuck
Aquaman.
that is.
Aquaman.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is he in everything
Still
now?
don't care.
Aquaman.
But he's gonna
He's
be
too buffed for the role.
he's gonna be Eric.
That's okay.
Just right.
He's got
Ladies in the house.
I like him, but he's not old.
That's alright.
Well,
He's got glass eyes.
Nice.
Let's move on.
Yeah, fuck that.
How are his legs, Rachel?
Fine.
So if you haven't heard, Warner Brothers is in the process of making a Joker origin movie,
That should be good.
and they're reportedly looking at Leonardo DiCaprio to play the role.
Really?
I did hear about this. They brought in,
Interesting.
oh God, who's the director?
For an origin?
An origin movie.
They brought in,
Have him not been fat.
oh God, famous director, because he's friends with DiCaprio.
Martin Scorsese.
Scorsese, there
Yep.
we go.
Isn't he a little too old for an origin movie for the Joker?
Don't look.
Warner Brothers took the industry by surprise last week when it announced that the Martin Scorsese was teaming up with the studio to produce a standalone Joker film telling the story of the villain's origin. Not only that, but the studio announced that Hangover director Todd Phillips would helm the film, and a new Joker actor would be cast. What could make this
possibly
role,
go
this whole scenario even crazier? It's funny you ask,
It's
because reports
crazy.
are now saying that Warner Brothers wants Leonardo DiCaprio for the role. So
All of this sounds really bad.
it does, and it gets even weirder because Jared Leto reportedly upset with Warner Brother wanting more Jokers.
No,
You know, for once I have to agree with this guy.
I'm 100% agree with him.
I'll take Leto as Joker.
Now,
yeah.
will
I was
Leo
thinking Joker.
I think
send
he needs to-
use condoms and dead animals to his co-stars?
I think.
No.
I think
You
not.
won't get the same effect.
I think Jared Leto deserves a script that doesn't suck. I'm sorry.
Jared
They've
Leto's
already-
a very good actor.
They've already established him as the Joker in this universe.
This is just dumb.
Well, this is what he
This
had
is
to
why
say.
DC is continuing to fail.
See, I kind of wonder if Jared Leto is a good actor because I think
He's
you
fantastic.
shouldn't have to do that stupid bullshit to
Have
get
you
into
seen my
character. It's
so-called
called fucking
Have you
acting.
seen
Yeah.
my so-called life? It was a
Yes.
masterpiece.
Yes.
Jordan Catalano's
Jordan
a god.
God.
But the point
I'm
is,
just playing
even
along,
if,
I'm sorry.
if he's a shitty actor or not, he's already been established as the Joker.
Yeah, and he's
I
beautiful.
wouldn't say it's
They pulled the trigger on it. He's in 2 movies.
Yep.
I'd
One
like
movie.
to
He's in one movie.
One
see
movie.
him do more stuff.
I want to see him do a real Joker part. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
he's not a watered down Joker.
But that would be like replacing Ben Affleck right now
Yeah,
as a Batman.
it's stupid. This is absolutely stupid.
And you're exactly right. This is why DC continues to fail.
Yeah.
This is why you
Insiders
fail.
say
Well, I still
Jared
say
Leto,
Wonder
the
Woman
actor
did
who
not
played the.
Highest grossing superhero.
No,
movie
no,
ever.
I'm not saying that.
Never gonna get the chance to read
One
this.
instance.
No, you won't.
One
No, you
instance.
started it.
The conversations
You could
are more
ignore the
important than
Joker
the news.
Of course.
This news sucks this week. Fail.
Insiders say Jared Leto, the actor who portrayed the
Betrayed.
clown,
Yeah,
whatever,
you had it right.
the clown prince of crime in the last summer's Suicide Squad, and is slated to reprise the role, reprise the character for not just a sequel but for another spin-off movie. Was caught off guard by the plans. He said.
What? I'm fired?
Leto said to have made his displeasure with the notion of multiple Jokers known to his agents and rival agency WME
Agents? Oh. It's funnier than that.
WME has been using the concern to court him. Leto has already expressed dissatisfaction with Warner Brothers following Suicide Squad's release. Leto had filmed several additional scenes for the film, making his Joker more integral part of it.
That too.
But they were ultimately cut and replaced by the time Suicide Squad would hit theaters.
All right, Jared Leto to me is a douchebag. Just
Okay.
hands down a douchebag. But I think he should continue as the Joker.
He does a lot of douchey stuff, but I still think he's a good actor. I mean, Randy Moss is a
yeah,
douchebag.
he's a good
wide
actor.
receiver.
But he's still a
You know,
douchebag.
Was it Dallas Buyers Club? I mean, we saw him in American Psycho. He does some great dark roles.
He has the talent.
He can do some shit, and I would love to see when they first picked him up for this role. I'm like, I can't wait to see what they do. And like, they made him with fucking Harley. It's a fucking love story. This is bullshit. I wanted to see so much more.
And we could have.
We could have.
We could have. But
And I don't
again,
think
DC drops the ball.
I don't think he's got a fair shot at this. I just
Yeah.
think it sucks.
Balls dropping.
between
Dropping.
balls dropping, between DC not being, tying in their TV shows with their movies,
I don't care about
dropping the ball. Well, I know you don't care about that, but I don't care that you don't care about it.
It's not all about you, Scott.
But not tying in their TV shows into the movies and changing actors for different roles, it's just it's a fucking mess.
He's like, where's the other girl?
I'll have to go downstairs and smuggle some wine. Is there any more of that? Like all we got is Merlot, but we'll make it work.
What else do we got?
Titans cast Brenton Thwaites. I'm probably not pronouncing that right.
That's correct.
I'm buying it.
THWAITES as its live action Dick Grayson.
Say it with confidence and everybody will buy
Brenton
it.
See a picture of this guy.
Huh?
Let's see Dick.
Can we see a picture of this guy?
Show me a picture of Dick.
I'll just look it up. I'm reading the article.
Alright, so this is
My
going to
name
be
is
live
Richard
action,
Grayson,
correct?
but all the people from the home call me Dick.
It looks like
We watched
DC
Lego
Comics
Batman.
diehards know who will be bringing Dick Grayson to life. And Titans. Deadline just confirmed the live-action Teen Titans series has cast Brenton Thwaites to play the team's leader.
Cool.
Dick.
Yeah.
I'd like to see live action Nightwing.
He's the lead Dick.
Just don't change
Well,
the
there's gonna
fucking
be
character and
a
actor.
there's gonna be a Nightwing movie, but it's not with this guy. This guy's
course
gonna
not.
be this guy's gonna
Of course
be
not.
in the Titans TV show.
Because that would make sense, having the same actor with a
Of
TV
course.
show. DC.
Mm-hmm.
DC,
Why Marvel's doing it better.
Anyone else think these look like water noodles?
Well, I hate the Disney Marvel movies.
I know you do.
They're for morons.
Cool noodle.
That's my news.
Thanks.
They are.
Scott thinks I'm a moron.
I don't think you're a moron.
Scott, that's
You made a
nice.
blanket statement that Marvel fans are morons.
No.
You heard it here. You heard it first
Heard
here.
it here
I
first.
did not say that.
Scott says
Marvel
all
movies suck.
Marvel fans are assholes,
You know who I will say is
and
a
they should
moron?
all die. That's what he said.
You know who I will
Brandon
say is a
Thwaites.
moron? Anyone that actually likes the Death Note movie on Netflix, which goes into my next bit.
I want to see it.
Oh,
I want
wanna
to see it.
too.
Oh my god, that movie was so terrible.
Really? All
Really?
right.
Oh
Yeah.
my
On the
god.
queue,
It's on the queue. Yeah, we're gonna watch it.
I think the only saving grace about that movie was William Dafoe as Ryuk.
Ooh, I like Willem.
So it's a movie, not a series.
It's a movie. Yes.
What?
It was so far off from the original source material, it's ridiculous.
But as like a standalone thing, if you didn't know the source, would you say it was still bad?
It was bad because it was more a teen drama movie.
Teen drama.
I think we need more teen drama movies, though.
Go see Pitch
I'm kidding.
Perfect.
It was a joke.
That was a joke.
But apparently this whole article is about the internet roasting Netflix Death Note movie.
Okay.
So if there's one thing the internet looks forward to, it's a good old-fashioned roasting. Social media has become a platform for fans to bemoan the
Shit on
entertainment,
everything.
shit on everything in the industry, and its latest letdowns. And if you wander over into the anime fandom, you will find that Death Note is the latest project giving fans ammunition for it. Netflix released its live-action adaptation of Death Note earlier.
Sorry, we're just grinding the skulls over here of all the Marvel fans.
It's now September, so this article came out the end of the month.
I've had every intention about watching the anime series.
The anime is
I haven't got
good.
around to it yet.
The anime is really good. It's very dark. It's very smart too at the same time. The way they did stuff about it. So the main character is supposed to be this super genius, brilliant student, and his adversary is supposed to be very brilliant too. The guy that's unraveling this whole thing. But and Ryuk is just the death god that follows the main character.
Well, and the crazy part to me is with all the gripe that all the grief that the studios get over whitewashing and stuff, then they go ahead and do something like this.
Yeah.
And I mean, on one hand, you kind of go, well, they're just adapting it to for an American audience. I mean, we All in the Family, just an example, was an American version of a British TV show. Same with The Office. But nobody gets pissed because oh, they cast a British guy,
Right.
it's Michael Scott or whatever, Archie Bunker. But I mean, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I'm just kind of no, I haven't had anything to drink. But I'm just kind of surprised that they would even take that on. Because of all the backlash that because it's been a really big deal lately. I mean, I know we've talked about it here and there. What the? You laughing at me?
No,
No, it's not you. It's probably me.
Jeannie's expression
Oh.
as the cheesecake was revealed.
Yeah, we have cheesecake.
Thank you.
What you should do at home is eat cheesecake along with us, and it'll be like you're here in the room. Interactive.
Why don't we hit some toy news?
Okay.
Toys.
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 It's a toy. It's a wonderful toy.
Oh boy!
Well, first of all, I'm going to start off with top of the hour with Voltron news.
Voltron news.
Playvik's kind of shocked and awed everybody because apparently they got the license to release the original classic Voltron. And they are going to be releasing this Voltron in the style of the legendary Voltron. All classic lines with lights and sound, forming a 16-inch plastic Voltron that is actually a upgraded plastic version of the Sola Shigoken Beast King Go line.
Well, Silent Rachel's excited about that.
This is literally taking the Beast King Go line Voltron. There is no Voltron pictures online yet. They did release, these are actually on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store now. They are, they didn't tell you what, but the lines are gonna talk to each other when they form Voltron, just like the legendary one does. It's supposed to be the same scale as the legendary one, and it's actually literally they use kind of it's like a remold of the Soul Chigoken, which is the $350 original price. Try to get it under $600 now.
Yes,
This all plastic.
Keep
version,
rubbing it in.
This
I used to have that one, and I sold it.
This all plastic one is going to be going for the yellow line is on pre-order at Big Bad right now for $39, or the black line, and all four of the other lines are on pre-order together for $89. So this whole Voltron will cost you about $120. Yeah, it's kind of a shocker because we didn't know that they would ever get the rights to that because that right is already given out to Toonami and to Bandai. So very interested to see where this is going to go.
Sold mine for $100.
I would have bought it for $200 at least. And I still would have been ripping them off.
Yeah.
Very shocked. I actually, when I found out from Toy News, my response was, "I'm coming."
They're like, great, we'll see you one time. Oh no, I'm coming.
I'm done now.
I'll finish up soon.
DC Comics Multiverse series has a 2-pack, which I believe is going to be a Target exclusive. It's called From Pages to Screen of The Flash. It's going to be the comic book Mattel Flash and Barry Allen from the new Justice League movie with an unmasked head. This will be a $40 set, and I believe, I'm surprised, see the release date. We don't have a release date yet. It says no word when it'll actually be available for purchase.
So these are 6-inch?
6-inch figures. As opposed to the Voltron, which will be 16 inches. Sorry. I'm really fired up about that Voltron. With Force Friday, S.P.A.C.E has released 2 other droids to go with BB-8. One of them is the BB-9E, which is the first order version of BB-8, and this sucker's got some upgrades. Last year, their big thing was their Force Band watch.
They gave it to a child.
Yeah. These things are pretty durable. This BB-9E has lights in the actual helmet, or the head part, and actual lights that move around inside the body as it moves. The bay that it's on is not the charging bay. This is actually an upgrade in technology that they've come up with, where you can download different places in the Star Wars universe and control your BB-8 through a 3D CGI environment. Like you could actually download the Millennium Falcon and have it walk around or roll around in the Millennium Falcon base. There also is other good games and stuff like that you can download from this base as well. I believe you can actually download it onto the actual BB-8 as well, and that's just the BB-9. And now we also have a S.P.A.C.E We've had a couple of R2-D2 releases that have come out.
Half Sphero.
This one has
half Sphero. It's just the head.
Yeah, just the head. We've had a couple of releases. There is the app-enabled one that Walmart released. There's also a Hasbro that they have that's almost life-size. But this one has features where it can interact with the other droids. The middle foot actually folds up into its body, and now it kind of does the whole...
It's got a third leg.
It's got a third leg.
It's a tripod.
You stole it from me. My mouth was small.
And then finally we got a picture of them all together.
That's what she said.
And the all together picture does look like they actually are pretty scale to each other, pretty close to the actual movie scale. Do we think that this is going to be as big of a seller as the original BB-8 was?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because the original BB-8 was kind of a groundbreaking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
people will still
the novelty's kind of worn off a little bit. But still, they're going to sell like motherfuckers.
I think once the movie comes out, especially for the Dark Side one.
Well, I mean, before Force Awakens went out, the only thing I wanted was a BB-8.
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't say.
But the whole novelty is kind of worn off now, because...
Yeah, we've seen it already.
Yeah.
Unless this BB-9E is just really fucking cool. But I mean, R2-D2 too. I mean, getting a really updated version of a fully mobile, controllable, has its own brain R2-D2 is kind of neat. Alright, and finally, I threw some pictures up there. Lego has now introduced the official biggest Lego set ever.
That's such a great picture.
I love this picture.
I haven't seen it yet.
What?
I lived it.
That needs to be your profile picture.
Yeah, that needs to be.
Was that at Toys R Us that night?
No, it's at the Lego store.
It was at the Lego store in Danbury.
I was going to say, I don't
This,
That's such a great picture.
This is the The fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy is officially going to be the largest Lego set ever. It has 7,000.
Scott and Jeanne need to have another wedding to get this as a gift.
It's as long as you are
Renew your
tall,
vows,
Jeanne,
there you go.
I think.
7,541 pieces.
Oh my god.
That's ridiculous.
It has 10 Lego
That would be so
characters
fun to
in it,
Yeah, what-
and it's got a whopping $800 price tag.
That's almost $1 a piece. No, that's over $1 per
And
piece.
it takes about 800 hours to put it together.
And that too.
Jesus.
I'm actually perfectly happy with my Hasbro
Same.
Force
I'm
Awakens
happy with my
battle
Lego
action.
one.
Oh, that's amazing.
But a couple of things that are kind of unique to this Millennium Falcon that they've never done before is there are separate. Actually, do I have the list
This
of
one
characters
is
again?
taking liens on your house.
Yeah.
First of all, there are 2 different casts of characters that you can use in this one that both come with it.
Oh, you know what? That's what I was going to ask you. Is the radar dish
Oh,
on
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Is that
There's 2 of them.
interchangeable?
Interchangeable.
Yeah, there's 2 of
Awesome.
them.
There's
Okay,
radar
that's
discs
what I was-
that's interchangeable, and then the front pieces of the Millennium Falcon that were upgraded for the Force Awakens to give you an idea how much detail they're going into are removable, so you can actually make it look exactly in either way.
That's cool.
There are 2 casts. One is there's like 2 different crews. So you have the Force Awakens crew, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Finn, Rey, and BB-8, and then you have the Return of the Jedi crew, which you have a redo of Han and Leia. You have Chewbacca, R2-D2, 3PO, and for all you guys that I know are really excited, they have 2 exclusive. All the figures in the thing are exclusive, but they're gonna have 2 exclusive Porg figures too, and they're gonna have Monarchs on it as
Nice.
well.
Wow.
Yeah, which all of a sudden makes the $800 price range not seem so bad, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Worth
yeah.
it.
So you get to
My
spend.
birthday's in January.
You get to spend. Yeah, you get to spend $800
So
and
is
then
mine.
That's
build it yourself.
$100 each of you.
We could do it.
Oh, we need one more person.
Yeah. So. But that's it. So there's gonna be a new fucking Millennium Falcon.
That's
I mean, something to think about too.
Is that
Who needs rent?
bigger than
Really?
the Star Destroyer?
Yes,
It's bigger than Taj Mahal,
it's bigger than Taj Mahal.
which is the biggest set.
Biggest set. This is
Huh.
now officially bigger. Something to think about though, and I'm gonna say this just
Fucking jerks.
side note.
I'm gonna drive to Enfield and just punch them all in the
Who's
face.
going to actually buy this, though?
Side note.
Rich people.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing when it comes to buying this. Something to consider, which we're not ever going to consider this because still the price is ridiculous. The original Millennium Falcon Lego set is the most valuable Star Wars collector's piece in existence. The original, the very first Millennium Falcon, which is the same scale as the Force Awakens one that had come out, goes from anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000
Fuck.
in the secondary market. Millennium Falcon, Lego Millennium Falcons in box, skyrocket once they come off the shelves and go on the secondary market. So as foolish and as though we're all laughing at the $800 price tag, you could probably put one of these things in your house somewhere, keep it in the box, never touch it, and resell it for $20,000 in a couple years. Just resale value when it
Well,
comes to
Luke
resale.
does have to go to college.
But that's,
Yes, go to
that's no
college.
fun, though.
Yeah, the research, like we're talking about Blue Snaggletooth, we're talking about life-size Obi-Wan Kenobis, everything that they've ever listed is like some of the most expensive Star Wars merchandise. The original Lego Millennium Falcon is the number one.
Send me a picture.
Yes. So that's
Never
something
seen
just
it.
to consider when we're talking about whatever a little bit of information that's out there for everybody. And that's it for toy news.
Oh, actually, I've got something.
You
If
do.
you don't mind.
Ooh.
Kevin's all over this episode.
Yeah, what a douche.
Douching it up.
More powerful I become.
More like
Hey.
old douche.
There's a new AR experience from Lenovo called Star Wars Jedi Challenges, and I think it's in pre-order right now, but the retail price is $200. But basically, it's the VR goggles and a lightsaber handle that you use as a controller, and you can do all sorts of stuff like fight. Like I think for the first release, you're going to be able to battle Kylo Ren and the lightsaber duel, and it's like he's right there. You
Oh,
can
like
play,
that's hard.
you
Daisy
play-
really kicked his ass.
you can play the chessboard from the Millennium Falcon.
It's fucking
and like
fantastic.
there's
Oh,
all
yeah.
sorts of like
All
different.
right, what's the price tag?
$200.
Really?
Yeah.
But you need a VR set though.
Fuck. Yo, you need the VR stuff? Like what kind?
I guess I'm assuming
Good,
it's gotta be on,
Microsoft?
Well, basically, I guess right here it says.
gotta be on like Oasis or no, not Oasis. Oculin or whatever the hell the name is.
The game requires a Lenovo Mirage AR headset,
Never
a
mind.
tracking sensor that detects your position, and a lightsaber controller. You also need to download the Star Wars Jedi Challenges app on your smartphone, and
This sounds like it's getting very
Everything
pricey.
you list, I
And-
just hear a cash register.
Yeah,
yeah.
Jane.
But I guess the pre-order is $200. I don't know what that $200 all includes. But that sounds pretty damn cool.
It does sound
Regardless,
cool. Yes.
I've
does.
been watching the Star Wars show on YouTube, and every now and again they'll be talking to the guys at ILM. They're constantly working on AR environments. They even did a presentation at the newest, the last Apple release thing, where they were showing all the effects and stuff that they can do. But I mean, it's like the girl was walking around, the one at the Apple thing. The girl's like walking around like she's like face to face with Darth Vader, and it looks like she's there.
That's crazy.
It's
I know they like
Freaking
completely recreated Tatooine in Mos Eisley in a virtual
Can we make
world.
it nicer?
That
Can we make
wouldn't,
Tatooine? Make it like put some greenery in there or some
it
water.
wouldn't take much.
I know. It's like we can make Tatooine into like an all-inclusive resort if we plan this out right.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, is that it for toys?
Mm-hmm.
I know that they got a VR Voltron game coming out too. I just didn't. We can pilot a lion.
VR goggles are pretty cheap
yeah.
to use with your phone.
Well, this is with PlayStation VR or something that they got coming out or whatever.
Yeah, my son's got that. It's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah?
It really is. Just like putting the goggles on and watching like a YouTube video, it looks like you're sitting in a movie theater. The screen is that big.
Yeah, you were saying you watched the Demon's Past one.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was like in the video.
That's crazy.
He
Yeah.
kept turning around to follow it, and the 360 thing, it kept falling over.
It was pretty awesome.
I know they got a Rick and Morty one for VR. It's pretty funny.
There's tons of videos on YouTube.
So
Yeah.
who's going to take the next jump into VR?
I can't afford it.
I mean,
Yeah.
We
I'm
saw
too busy
some
buying
at
lightsaber.
Best Buys this weekend that weren't that expensive.
Well, yeah, just for like goggles
Let's just
that
go
you
find
can
a
slide
good
your
sheet
phone
of
in,
acid.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
that would
true.
be good virtual reality.
What?
Next on League of Extraordinary Frontmen, the League tripped their balls off.
This is spiders. This is spiders everywhere.
I actually
Just
told that
give
to
us
a
a bunch of
customer at work
lightsabers
the
and
other
a
day.
laser tag
True
thing.
story.
We'll be
I went to go take an
fine.
order. I went to go take an order. This family, they were kind of like, and they had a Metallica shirt on, so I figured they'd be kind of open-minded. So I'm like, can I take your order? I'm like, excuse me? They're like mumbling. I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, you guys gotta forgive me. You sound like parents from a Charlie Brown cartoon. All I hear is murr, 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 murr. I totally picked the wrong day to drop acid before I came to work. Now, if you excuse me for a second, I gotta go help this leprechaun and carry his gold under the rainbow over here. I'll be back in a minute. And I walked back, and I went back, and I was like, God! And I walked back, I'm like, now what did you want again?
And with that, we'll end this segment.
Okay.
Come on, you were just enlightened by that one.
It's time for shameless plugs. Who's got what going on, when, and where? Thank you. Who's plugging?
It's interactive.
Nobody's plugging? Nobody's got anything going on?
I have a new video for Anarchy Toy Review up for my experiences of Force Friday. That was videoed by and edited by Mr. AJ, Dr. J, also a 30-year-old inexperienced gamer. Which I gave a plug to on my video as well.
That he was forced to do.
That I was Force Awakened to do. Also, Crossing Rubicon is headlining the Hard Rock stage of Big Kahuna 3 next Saturday at Fett Music Hall up in Rhode Island. Boba Fett Music Hall. Yeah. We're trying to throw in Star Wars references and everything. And then on top of that, September 30th, Crossing Rubicon is going to be playing at Bleachers for my birthday extravaganza with Demon Chauffeur, Diabolus, Falling Further, Devil Inside, and a couple of other bands.
Do you feel at your age that it's a little weird to have a birthday party?
That's
it's not like
strange.
you're 6.
I'm not old.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not old. You're as old as you want to be. You know, I was a lot older 10 years ago than I am now. I'm much happier now.
There's nothing wrong about throwing a birthday party for yourself.
Absolutely.
It's funny, my dad was just saying the same thing
actually,
the other day.
when you're 6.
Actually, here's the deal. It's even less not a bad thing when somebody else throws the party for you.
What do you think? I have an annual event every April 2nd-ish.
I know you do. Hey, you're stepping on my shameless plug. My shameless plug.
Right.
Annual? Oh, I thought that was anal.
Yeah, the
Same thing.
The only difference is I didn't throw this one. Somebody
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, somebody had asked us to play the show, and I was like, well, actually, I haven't booked my birthday bash yet, so we can do that. So we made it a birthday bash.
Good. You're not going to have a party for yourself. Who else is going to?
It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to.
Right. Anything else going on?
Well, the November show for the solo show is still a go.
A go-go.
Yeah, Saturday, November 4th, as far as I know. Yeah, it's a solo acoustic show with Vision Within opening. I really need to find another band to play the bill. All the proceeds are going towards melanoma and pulmonary fibrosis research. It's going to be $15 at the door. We'll have a raffle. And yeah, please come down and show some support.
Cool. September 17th, 2017, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., I'm going to be at Central Connecticut Comic and Toy Show in Windsor Locks.
Why?
Why? Because I will have my custom stuff displayed, and I will be selling some custom stuff.
Why?
Stop asking so many questions. I'll also be selling some vintage G.I. Joe stuff, including the 1983 headquarters, the Killer Whale.
Have you modified these?
No, these are not modified. These are acquisitions that I already have, so I'm selling them.
Okay.
And several other things that I'm selling too. Along with some custom painted stuff, some like diorama stuff. That is going to be at the Italian American Club at 64 South Center Street in Windsor Locks. And again, that's September 7th, 2017. 9 to 2.
Saturday?
That's a Sunday.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take off from work for that one.
Okay. For more information, you can call 860-539-2621.
I'm too broke for that. I'll come up at 9 to show up to work late.
That's cool. Anybody else? Kevin?
In a couple weeks, I'm going into the recording studio.
Really?
With my friend Dave and a bunch of other guys that I don't know as well, so I don't want to call them friends.
Mhm.
They're musical acquaintances. But we're recording an EP of 6 songs that my friend Dave wrote.
Very
and,
cool.
His friend helped arrange. So.
I
Nice.
just want your voice.
Yeah.
They're
I
just
guess.
interested in your voice.
That's like the true frontman thing. You just kind of show up and sing, and then when you're done, you leave.
Well, we've been practicing a good deal. But,
Yeah.
that's good. And also Demons Past, of course, still looking for a singer because I'm really hard to replace. apparently, allegedly. So, but they have a new video up on the Facebook page. This is the third one that they put up, and I think it's the best one so far. Like this is one I listened to, and I was kind of like, did I make the right decision? But
It sounded great.
It's
Yeah, it really did.
It's really good. And the video's not half bad either. But check it out. And if you know anybody or if you are a somebody, hit them up.
Nice.
Make some music.
My band doesn't stop pissing me off. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You always have a home with Agrippa 93, Jeannie.
I thought you were going to say me. Scott, you always have a home with Agrippa
So you
93.
can show up and sing one song whenever you want.
That's all I got to do.
Visit the Metal Syndicate website at metalsyndicate-ct.com for all other podcasts on the Metal Syndicate Podcast Network, including Metal Syndicast, Thought Manicast, CT Metal Gear, the Paul et al. Podcast, Alternative Control Audio, and Roadhausen with Sugar Bean and Mrs. B. You can also check us out on OFNR every Friday at 7 p.m. Please follow us on Facebook.com/The League of Extraordinary Frontmen. And on YouTube, like Scotty said, he's got a video out there. And I'm like way behind on videos.
I haven't done any.
You haven't done shit.
Nah.
Don't you do anything around here, Kevin?
I'll be honest with you, Kevin and AJ do
Besides make us look good?
Kevin and AJ both did a really good job at making me look good on those videos. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's the and I'm so amped up to do more videos, and right now my house is in pieces, so I can't do it. But yeah, I got so much video ideas lined up that I can't wait to start banging out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, if you play Friday the 13th and you're on Xbox One, let me know. I'm looking for people to fucking play online with.
Nice. Also check us out on Twitter at @officiallxf. Also want to mention the Patreon, which we're doing quite well on. Patreon.com/Metal Syndicate. Thanks to all our monthly subscribers. You're keeping the lights on and you're helping pay for our website fees, which is awesome. So please keep contributing. Thanks for listening to League of Extraordinary Frontmen. Please email all your questions, comments, arguments, corrections to leagueofextraordinaryfrontmen@gmail.com. We'll read them right on the show. It's going to wrap up episode 87. Can't wait to hear the title for next week.
I already have all the titles for the next 8 weeks already.
It's all planned out.
Yeah, this is the
Kevin...
I'm so excited.
Kevin James Frear is a douche saga.
Nice.
Saga. We're going full on saga.
I like that it's an 8-part.
8-part. All Kevin.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter as long as it...
Well, I'm trying to get him more exposure because he's doing no videos right now. So this is like the Kevin show.
And that's going to be the show for the week. Thanks for listening.